Yo. All right, that should be all set. Ooh, what's old?
Yes? Oh, it's you.
Womp womp. There's Hunter and Roths. How could you not still be enjoying this game? Yeah, I know, right? Thanks for the first time chat, K Daily. I fucking love it. I am sufficiently addicted, and just kind of every day find something else that gathers your interest. I crafted this thing. Shouldn't say crafted. I just bought a bunch that had the mods that I wanted: crit, ES, extra cold, and the power charge, and then I just corrupted it until I got the increased damage corruption. There's just little things like that that you can kind of continue min-maxing your character, and it's just a lot of fun. Oh, I thought my mic wasn't working for a second. And then when you have a super optimized build, especially for bossing, like going and trying out all the different bosses, even though they're like piss easy, it's just fun. Like Oroth just dies in 3 hits, and I'm not even getting full volatility. That is what we're looking for. Ultimate life flasks. We're also looking for Uhtred's augury. Yeah, it's 10% on my build. Like 8 to 10%. Like top end damage. Like if I put on my Mings that's corrupted with damage, this one, if we look at tooltip, I'm at 483. If I put this on instead, we go to 527, but I obviously lose 40% crit, so I won't be crit capped anymore, so I'd have to go and get that in the tree. And when I'm at full volatility stacks and full power charges, it's just doing more. But I was just showing you the Mings as an example. But yeah,
Can I help?
not bad. Did that sell for 15? It did.
Someone is bound to buy that.
I do. Abyssal wasting on hit is it lowers life regeneration rate. So that implicit isn't actually very good. It's just the rest of this that's really good. The increased max ES on a ring, increased critical hit chance on a ring, extra cold damage on a ring, and then this is the big one. Maximum power charges. I do still have increased chaos on the tree because we're running 52% damage as extra chaos in the staff. And obviously we're volatility, so when we stack it up, like you just saw Olroth there. We did Olroth in like 3 hits without volatility stacking. I'll stack my volatility up all the way to 200 on this boss, just so you can kind of see. And then you'll see a tooltip as to why I do increase chaos entry. I don't do a ton, I just take mainly the 2 nodes, Spaghettification and Event Horizon. But I'll show you tooltip right before I detonate on the boss. That should be good enough. And then when we look at tooltip, I'm 94,000, 240,000. So it's very significant portion of the damage potential that we can have, and I killed him in 2 hits. So it just kind of gives you a frame of reference of Acolyte chaos damage. Divine. A divine. Drop the Mings when I got a 4-socket staff so far, so good except for on maps with extra LE res and ailment threshold. I don't personally run into ailment problems because my cold is still very significant, and same with my lightning. But cold's all we really care about. But I also may have just more flat damage than you. Are you running this? The 4/4? And the only increased chaos I have is Event Horizon Spaghettification. And then obviously the jewel that's giving extra chaos damage.
Can I help?
No, I think this staff is just kind of
Price drop.
begging to be sanctified or corrupted. What are we doing? Did I get off unraveling? Yeah, it's still good. There's no reason not to take it. I'm just playing around with flames right now. Okay, so you got a lot, Martin. All right, are we sanctifying it or are we corrupting this stuff? Nice! You called it, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh, shit.
Can I help?
Now it should for sure sell for 700.
What I
No
can sell
problem.
it for you.
Fuck, probably 750 now.
Hopefully people don't mind the price increase.
Locks are like fucking 600, I'd have to guess. 660. I didn't buy maps before streams tonight, so I don't know exactly what we're gonna be fucking around with, but I had some leftover splinters, so I was gonna just run the rest of these. I want to see an Uhtred's Augury. And there you go, Flicker Bug's out. Lovely. They fucking need to fix that shit. I don't know to fucking do that. I don't think you can get Augury unless you're on the plus the 150 version. 150 Splinter version. I know you can't get the life class. Or can you? I don't know. I actually don't know. But from everything I've been told, you can't get the +3 version on... Actually, I think I had that. Let's put these in there for now. I'm pretty sure you can't get Uhtred's Augury on other ones. But I don't actually know for sure. Yeah, that's always a good plan, Martin. Just goof around with other stuff. What was I? We'll run some of these.
Well met. Uhtred and his priests had their own secret agendas.
Some loggers. Oh, look, Adventure's Strongbox. This is actually not an optimal placed one, but whatever. actually have the gold to do this for once. Oh, thank you. Even though this is almost always a waste of gold. That greater orb of augmentation. Thanks, man.
Map.
Oh, a tier 15 map. Did I do the 2 million? I did. Oh, a greater resolve rune. Yeah, that was a fucking waste. God, I haven't gotten a good one of those. I think the best I've gotten out of that is like a perfect jeweler's orb or some shit. Did I record it? Maybe? It would have been a pretty long time ago. It's just not very good because
Map.
I couldn't figure out a way to guarantee the stun without like majorly changing the tree, and it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel very good anyway. This is by far like the worst logbook I've ran in a fat minute. But we do have a few researchers strong boxes here.
These are our supplies. A useful trade. Time is of the essence. This logbook contains the tale of a small...
I also, it is 100%, in my opinion. It's item level 81 area, so likely to get some pretty decent shit. There's always strong boxes here, which some people say that's good, some people say that's not. But, I mean, I think it's good. It's a good baseline, because no matter what, when you buy a logbook, you're going to make profit as long as you're focusing on getting these chest markers. Because they drop the splinters, and splinters are selling for 80 for a div, which is actually kind of insane. Oh, I guess I used all of my things. So 80 for a div is like, you can get, if you focus on them really good, you can get 80 per logbook that you do, and logbooks are like 9 chaos, so you're profiting like 15 chaos every time you do it. Have the bug where you're slow for no reason. Oh, that's fucking lovely. feel like I'm in a campaign again. What the fuck is this? Oh, unbugged, I mean. So that time I got like 50 splinters. So on 2 logbooks, they've more than paid for themselves. Oh, I didn't even pick up all of them yet. I could even do these if I wanted to, but armors and blacksmiths are generally not worth it. Case in point. This is a good map. This one, I can get a lot of shit on 1 logbook.
Another step on the road.
We'll start with this one. I want to make sure I'm getting that. That. Quantity is good. Yeah. Quantity of artifacts and excavated chests. Yeah, this logbook definitely paying for itself. We already dropped one here. Yeah, see, we got like the whole map. And I still have extra. So when you're looking for modifiers, explosive radius, number of explosive placement range, it's really good. And everyone just sells them for the same price, so you can look for those modifiers. And those are always going to be the logbooks that get you the most bang for your buck. Because, what did we have? Let's mark down. So we had 89 to start this one, and then we'll see how many we get. I'm gonna guess that we'll have like 160 plus. Oh shit. I think I'm at 123 right now. I can get up to 130 at 123 plus charm. So 138 right now. When I was running some extra juicy maps, I put armor and evasion in my chest for the extra 700 or so that it gives me. I might just switch those back to rarity though. Fuck. That is one nice thing about logbooks, is that you don't lose your logbook if you die like an idiot like I just did. Die twice like an idiot without an amelioration in your inventory. Oh, God. Rip indeed. Did I already go down here? Our road to level 100 is gonna take a while, boys. I'm resistance capped. I'm just also not caring about the mods that I'm taking. They have over 100% increased damage is extra, 40% increased damage. Penetrate resistances. Wow. 7 chaos spells staff. Neat. Okay, what's our tally? 199. Yeah, so we got over 100 splinters. This map definitely paid for itself. There's more ways to deal with slow, too. Than, than Pathfinder, but Pathfinder's definitely good for that. But here's my resistances. Uncapped. This right here. Crystallized immunities. If you have majority blue gems, you're immune to chill. So it's not all slows, but that's one of them. And then there's some other stuff in the passive tree that helps with that. One's by, like, right here. Reduce slowing potency of debuffs, reduce movement penalty, so unhindered, and then you can get some more points here. So a lot of times it's just like a 4-point node. There's another one somewhere here, I think. Yeah, freedom of movement by Cooked. I think there's one more chakra. There's like a chakra of movement or something like that, but I don't know where it is off the top of my head. But there's ways to help get around it. Light on your feet, yeah. So what is this selling for? If it didn't have the mana, might be good. So let's just say this. Okay, it doesn't sell for shit because it's a staff. Yeah. I don't want extra fire. Don't want that. Okay, now it's dead. Let's make sure. 2% crit. Man, I hated losing all that XP. That fucking sucks. 11 chest markers, more explosives. Placement range, radius, monster markers. Frigid Bluffs is technically better. I just ran so much Frigid Bluffs early this league that I'm kind of sick of it. I don't want, cannot be leeched, that would be bad. I mean, the lightning's fine. That was annoying. There we go. With all the immune to chaos, it's fucked up. Orbe Divino.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Map.
Can you just fucking pick it up? Jesus.
Ooh. Ooh.
Chests on that one kind of sucked. Alright. That's enough log books for now. Hmm. How much chaos do I have? Right. And how high can you juice pack size actually? Instead of like 50? So 60 looks to be the highest. What if I do like 70? Yeah. Let's do like 50. How much chaos do I have? 60.
Have an order? I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
That should be a good bit. Ugh. I'm on a website, load, so I don't have to redo my filters every time. Jesus. Ugh. I'm trying to use the website because I would like to have these, please. I guess I'll just have to redo my filters. I wish there was a way to like save the filters once you go travel to somebody's hideout. That's the only other change they need to make. Yeah, Flicker Strike bugged on the boss challenge. So definitely got cooked, but I wish that it didn't bug so that I had a good, better representation of what Flicker Strike can do.
Oh, nice choice. Bye then. Oh, nice choice. Thanks for the chat. Oh, nice choice. I'll do you proud.
That's probably good enough for right now. Do I want to run to Delhi? Do I not want to run Delhi? I don't really want to run Delhi right now. I'm just not in the mood, you know? Sick of looking at grayscale everything. Not for currency, but everything else about it sucks. You know the main reason I actually hate Delhi is Herald of Ice doesn't work on Delhi. If Herald of Ice worked on Delhi, then I wouldn't care. I'd run it. On top of that, I also can't get power charges back from Delirium monsters because they don't leave a corpse. What the hell? Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I mean, that's really the main reason why, is it makes the game look like shit. And it's far and above, like, the best way to juice maps. Like, we just went through that whole map, and I got an exceptional buckler, 1 tier 5 item, 2 shit rares, and a couple of chaos. On an overrun map.
Ooh.
Hey, Complexities, how you doing, brother?
Map.
Trying to write a book. That's awesome, man. Good on you. What does this sell for? An Exalt. Nice. T2, T1. Oh. Alright, I'm sorry, I gotta do it. Throw the Fox Talismans in. It's been too long since I've heard Maven moan.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
Not the Fox Talisman. That's not what I meant.
Have an order?
I meant rabbit. Throw the M&Ms in. And then... I think we'll do greed and fear. Apparently not. But, you know. Can you fucking... This menu also eat my ass? I do like me some Savannah, though. Savannah's a good map.
Nap.
Hey King, how you doing, brother?
Ooh.
Another flicker bug. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I've been loving the league too. Can't level to save my life, but that's what I get for experimenting with a bunch of shit all the time. And I don't mean level like through the campaign, I mean like level my main character past 97. I'm like hard stuck 97 right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. It's really good on classes that aren't monk too, because then you don't have to path over here for most of the super high value critical strike nodes.
Ooh.
You know what I want to do, actually? Oh, shit. I want to go grab Rogue Exile, fucking tablets, and farm Heart of the Wells. Yay, flicker bugs. God, dude, every time. This is insane. Like, it's 1 out of every 10 flicker strikes bug out.
Ooh.
It's unreal. So, 10 uses. Oh, you gonna let me open it on the website? Okay, cool. Thank you, good sir.
Sure thing. It's done. I'll sort it.
No downside, because they're not going to naturally be negative resistance unless you're putting a curse down. So Rakiatas is definitely good, especially if you're running mostly elemental damage. I don't run Rakiatas in Flicker Strike. I run it in Herald of Ice. Because Herald of Ice makes it so that whatever your armor explosion is in, I saw some videos and some tests that whatever you support the skill that has armor explosion in it, it also benefits from it. So right now, armor explosion is benefiting from magnified area and Rakiata's flow. So that's really good. The simplest way I could put that.
Who sent you? If you must. Find more gifts. We need to collect. Let us hope this now lies open.
Oh shit. Alright, now I'm going to teach you guys how to farm Heart of the Wells. Ravine is a really good map for it. So you get these tablets, inhabited by 1 additional Rogue Exile. You run a Overrun by the Abyssal map, and then you want to try to have the Rogue Exiles be on the green dots that are on the map, and as long as they're on the green dots on the map before you get the revive of the Abyssal, they will drop a Heart of the Well. So you can see the Stormbiter guys right here. I'm gonna try to pull him over to the little line right here. I'm gonna try to pull him over here. I want him to come near me. He's not. So in that example, I didn't get it because it already revived. So now I'm just gonna go through, and generally you want to try to do this on tight maps. Because like in this example, because Ciara's over there, she should revive once I clear this well out. And you'll see. In this example, she didn't revive. It's not perfect every time, but she should have revived. Yeah, there's not any really real reason to daily. In my opinion. And that and exposure exists, and they buffed Elemental Curse to be better. Despair was always good. And now it's just really good with Wither as well. Like, there's just not any big reason why to play Pen. Because there's just so many other tools. It's awesome that you sold an amulet for 50 though, King. Wait, how much? 8,000? Yeah, definitely still need to defer. I left one all the way over there. Oh well. I always do strong boxes because the Hinacor's lock I found this league came from a strong box. A regular ass strong box, not even a researcher's. You know what, I think I'm gonna take Piety out of Herald of Thunder. I just don't really know what else to put in it. Yeah, there's lots of good stats in that area, for sure. For that against the darkness. Tons of int and dex. Just live right there. Damn, another map, no tanks. I guess this pack size is not the play. It bugged again. That's like more than 1 out of 10 times.
Map.
Unreal. I tried it early in the league, and it felt about the same as last league.
Acceptable. Find more deep remnants for my research.
All through.
Map.
There we go. We were due. It's a good sound, man. Where are the rogue exiles? Are you fucking kidding me? What even happened there? I left a div on the ground too. What even killed me? I don't even understand. Hmm.
Energizing.
Maybe that does need to go in there. I don't know. Brother.
Oh, it's you. Let's see if that piques any interest. That's better. You may have been dreaming before.
Would be nice if they did. I agree. Uh, see if there's any good sinister prices right now. $40. Oh, thank you. It's 81 going for 8. We can do 8. Hmm.
Sure thing. Bye then. Can I help?
A T1.
Have you not learned anything from your previous losses? Be stripped bare before chaos. Chaos dictates you will lose eventually. How disappointing.
We're looking for tier 1 attack speed, tier 1 crit bonus, tier 2 increased physical, or tier 1 crits. When we're looking to try to fracture a base for us to play with. The base that we're using is a 3-socket Sinister that's at least item level 81. Because it's item level 81, we probably want to make an elemental version rather than a... Thanks for following, King, I appreciate it. Rather than a physical, because we can't get tier 1 increase fizz when we are rolling on an item level 81 staff. So again, crit bonus, attack speed, crit are kind of the big three that we want to fracture, one of those three. And then also tier 2 increased fizz is another fracture we could work with. It's just 10 times easier to start with a suffix fractured than a prefix fractured, and so you may see me rolling past like tier 1 lightning and tier 1 cold and tier 1 flat fizz. All that really has to come later as part of a craft. And this is for crafting, you know, a more perfect quarterstaff, not necessarily like a budget craft, because you're seeing me go through 18, 19 divines and chaos orbs live. But this is how all my great staffs started. This base was 8 div. The item level 82 base was 40 div, and I didn't want to pay 40 div to do a little bit of crafting at the moment. $3.39. We normally hit something that we want by this point, but you know, my luck tonight has not been super great. We're dying all the time. We've only dropped like 2 raw div. There we go, pure 1 crit bonus. Now we're going to divine it to 25, a little greater exalt just in case we can hit a better mod. We preserve jawbone, so now we are trying to hit a 1 and 3 on the fracture, and then we hit 42 to 75 fire, and we destroy the staff. Then we go again, because that was despair. This one's 9 div base. Oh, he increased the price, that fucker. What a dickhead. Sometimes you can get lucky on these. In this example, we did not. On any of those examples. Um,
I'll post it right away.
Are you even trying? Chaos dictates you will lose eventually. Have you not learned anything from your previous losses? Chaos dictates you will lose eventually. The product of your arrogance. The product of your arrogance. Chaos dictates you will lose eventually. The product of your arrogance. Chaos applauds your skill, challenger.
holy cow. Not very lucky tonight, that's for sure.
The product of your arrogance. Chaos applauds your skill, challenger. How disappointing. Have you not learned anything from your previous losses?
What's new?
We'll do one more set of chaos and then we'll be done trying to craft this at the moment.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
Chaos applauds your skill, challenger. The product of your arrogance. Are you not embarrassed?
That's close, 4.4, but not tier 1.
This must feel awful.
2.5.
Chaos applauds your skill, challenger. Be stripped bare before chaos. How disappointing. Chaos applauds your skill, challenger. This must feel awfully embarrassing for you.
You definitely can cocaine, but I mean, annulments are 1 to 3 div, like 3 to 1. It's 2.5 nulls to 1 div. Normally, I'm hitting it within however long, but both ways work. My experience with a null and then redoing the AUG or anything like that just hasn't worked out. Because then the other thing is if you AUG or if you annul off never mind. I don't know what I was saying. It doesn't matter if you annul that off, because as long as it's a magic item, you can always AUG it. Alright. That'll go in the Q staff section for next time. I spent on that staff 20 div, but I've gone 55 div doing the annul AUG on a staff before. Yeah. I'm not only looking for T1 crit either, so like the odds would probably be higher. Because I'm looking to fracture any of the suffix modifiers that I would eventually want. But yeah, cocaine. That is a good method. I don't like doing that. Because it's slower too. Because you're transitioning between two currencies and it's just preference, but your way isn't wrong. We'll do a few more. I'm feeling hitting it, and I don't like having empty chaos, so gives me an excuse to hit it a couple more times. I don't have a problem. I definitely don't have a problem at all whatsoever. I can stop whenever I want. And this is the other reason why. Well, let's be real. This is the main reason why. Trial Master tracks how many times I've chaos some things. And it doesn't track how many times I annul something.
Have you not learned anything from your previous losses? Chaos applauds your skill. Challenge. Have you not learned anything from your previous losses? Be stripped bare before chaos. Are you even trying?
Man, my luck tonight is like...
Are you even trying?
This feels legendarily bad. Usually never takes me this long to get at least one modifier that I want. 3.9 crits.
Are you even trying? Have you not learned anything?
There we go. T1 attack speed. See? I knew we'd get there. Oh my god, and then it took me 10 div to get it to the top level. That's insane. And then watch me just definitely not hit the fracture. Blank, I did have a 700 Divine Staff cell. And then I also had something else sell for 600, I don't remember what it was. And then I crafted a couple more staves. I crafted this. I crafted this. Crafted a bunch of amulets. Trying to get rarity on prefix and oversync. So that, yeah, that was what I was trying to do, but I didn't hit. It do be what it do be. Hey, Wetness, how are you doing?
Snap.
You and me both, brother. I died 4 times, so I'm not on my A game at all. The game also, I think, hates me tonight for whatever reason. Kulamax. Apparently I got knocked down, even though I wasn't sprinting. I swear to God, this game just does not want me to level, man. It's right here, Beer Lover. I got it on Grip of Kulamax, +1 maximum power charge. And then I have +1 maximum power charge corrupt. I got the stuff in the tree. And then in my second weapon set, I have Adonia's Ego. So on bosses, I can actually have 10. And if I run Power Tread, I can get up to 11. And then if I get an Undying Hate that has Notable as a maximum power charge, I can get more. And so that is one of the things I want to look into in End League, is to see what the true maximum power charges are. I think, by my estimation, we can get 13. But that is unconfirmed.
Map.
Ooh. Ooh.
13 would be like, I'm memeing around to get 13, not something that's probably usable, but I will be testing that out in the coming weeks, so. You can definitely be at 10,
Ooh.
like in maps, 11 on bosses without memeing. If you run Power Tread, Kulamax, the Corruption on Helmet, and the that's it. And the Adonia's Ego for second weapon set. Because when I'm gathering power charges in my second weapon set, I go up to 10, and then I stay at 10 when I swap. With Power Tread, that would be 11. And then I think there's a way to get 2 more. 2 more for sure, because you can have Kulamax in both ring slots. And what's it called? The Undying Hate, Timeless Jewel. There is a version of it that gives a +1 power charge as a notable. I'll see if I can pull it up on the DB so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Can you fuck off with your fucking proximal tangibility and move speed? Where the fuck are the rogue exiles? I went and bought these fucking tablets so I could fucking kill some goddamn rogue exiles. Try to get some Heart of the Wells. And then they just aren't in the maps. And then fucking somehow I'm getting fucking railroaded. Anyways. Um, it's not showing here. Oh, here's the notables. +1 to maximum power charges if you have at least 100 tribute. But it doesn't have the mastery tag, so the reason why I was thinking it may be more than 13 is I think you can probably get uncompromising efficacy on multiple notables, which would enable us to go beyond. Even further beyond. So that was the thought. I don't think there's any other place to get power charges. Let's look, actually. Power charge. Let's see if there's anything else. Power charges. Just want to see all the sources, please. Why does it keep doing that? Blink Ball and Flicker Strike, Power Siphon, A-Lith's Chimes, Potential Abiding Hex, Monster Mod, Stealth, Health Protector, +1 to maximum power charges, +1. 2, 1, 1. Not remove a charge. Enemies hitting you. Okay, enemies hitting you. Eternal subjugation. +1 to this. I think this is all PoE 2 DB or PoE 1 DB stuff. Ooh. If this is actually in the game, that's actually pretty good. Same with this. 40%. And then this would be just 100% increased damage. With 10 power charges. Hey, Big Country 98, how you doing? I don't know how we would even tell if that exists, because this would be Eternal Subjugation, Source Elegant Hubris. This has to be a PoE 1 thing, right? Yeah. Art, 2D art, skill cons, Eternal Empire Offensive, noticeable. I wonder if this is data mined and it's just not actually in the game. Because it says Templar notable. Eternal notable. Because this is Dominus, Victario, Elegant Hubris, and Militant Faith are PoE 1 things. So I think this is just stuff they're adding in the future that's not actually in the game yet. Womp womp. Gain 1 to 3 power charges. This is another one. Minimum power charges per grand spectrum. I mean, all this stuff is pretty cool. Okay.
Yes, if you must. Let us hope that now lies dormant.
What else do we want to do? I really want a map, but I get my ass kicked by a lot of bullshit today. It ain't fun being melee sometimes. Like 13,000 energy shield in maps. There's like no reason why I should be dying. Somehow I got stunned that other time. Ugh. No, I saw that, but I honestly think that would have made Flicker way too broken, so I'm glad that they didn't do that. I'm glad it's just crit multi now. Evasion's nice, but it doesn't prevent the one-shots that you run into at all. Because I had perfect hybrid items, and I tested it for like 100 maps, and I was still dying just as often because of just a random one-shot mechanic would get through, even when I had like 65% evasion. And to get 65% evasion, I had to drop to like 5,600, 6,000 ES. Buffed like 7k, so it's like either double ES and don't get one shot and use Leech as a layer to constantly make sure you're at max ES, or go hybrid and still fucking die. I hear you, David. It is frustrating, but I think that's just melee in general. Like, I could play a ranged character, not let anything anywhere near me at any time, and then just never die. Or I could play, like, this is why Monk kind of sucks right now, in my opinion, is I don't have a great way right now to maintain damage scaling, like critical cap, as an example. Let's just say I didn't do anything but critical cap. And that was the only damage scaling I did. And have a really good defense layer. Like, I could play Titan or Warbringer or any of the armor-based builds, have like 3k life, and that because armor is so sick right now, you're fucking immortal. Because armor got buffed enough. And then hybrid characters were supposed to benefit from evasion, but it's just not good enough, and we still get one shot all the time. We have to invest in stun threshold, whereas warriors don't have to do that. And then ranged characters, they don't have to have actual defensive layers. They just exist completely off screen and spark things to death or lightning arrow things to death. So I'm sitting here like, okay, do I have to completely neuter my build? Do I need to go and do this? Like, take all of my fucking damage out. Like, literally no damage nodes except for getting crit capped and a couple of chaos ones. And then, okay, so now that I've done that, do I just have to go and say, okay, I get the ES here. I get 3 more points of ES? Like, where the fuck else am I even getting ES? Okay, like, grab a few 12% nodes for an extra 36. Like, that's 1,000 energy shield. It's not gonna make a fucking difference. And the rest of it is like, I'm crit capped, and then I have this for like some extra damage, which is barely any points. So it's like, why would I dump those, 5 points when it's only 1,000 ES? When I could just get, like, I'll show you as an example. This is 312. I apply 4 points. I get 60,000 damage, and then this for another 15,000. So it's like, why the fuck would I even take the 1,000 ES? And it's not going to help me. The only other thing that I could think of is doing like strength stacking and getting a heroic tragedy timeless jewel and having strength give me another ES layer, but I mean, I'm not strength stacking. I've got 60 strength. What level are you, Cocaine? And what kind of maps are you doing? I'm not saying that you aren't fine, I'm just curious. What build are you playing, Cocaine? Chaotic quantity. So you're running pack size? Or is that... Are you Invoker or Acolyte? Cocaine. Yeah, that's another thing. I could be way more tanky if I was Invoker. Like, probably 20% more tanky, because then I don't have to have Spirit as modifiers on my items. Like, I could be at 13k base with another... It would be like over... Because Spirit being on the item, like the best chests have like 1100 ES or more. And the best Spirit chests have like 850. And 250 flat ES is like 1500 ES. So that's 11,500. Then I could also get another ES modifier instead of Spirit, which is like another 1,000. And then because I'm getting more base, all of my increased ES across the tree would make it even crazier. Right, exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying, is that Invoker is good that way. And then you're likely running Hollow Palm, right? Cocaine, or are you doing quarter stuff? Yeah, Proj is the best defensive player. Okay, sick. Anyways, I'm just staring at the passive tree, probably boring you guys to death. Yeah, Hall Palm does suck for endgame, I agree. Well, you said 3 million tooltip, and usually that's attack speed inflated from Hollow Palm.
Map.
$2 million.
Map. Map.
Maybe it's just a skill diff. And if I just focus and actually play the game, I won't die as much. Ghost Shroud's good too, but I think the difference is there's like a certain breakpoint that you kind of have to hit for hybrid, and even the devs said this, and I just don't think Acolyte can hit it easily without insane gear. And I had insane gear, it's just my build, I am crit capping. And I want to play Flicker. And if I want to play Flicker, I feel like this is just part of the tax that I'm paying to play Flicker. Yeah, 389 base, David, but that's it can be a lot higher when with like bossing stuff in. But that's what Flicker's at. Most of my leech, honestly, doesn't even come from Flicker. It comes when I'm blowing up with Void Illusion or from Herald of Thunder. I haven't tested that blank, but I don't know. I don't think 4% quality enables me to drop 10%, or I have to drop 12% crit, because that's the only node that I can drop, because I've dropped all other crit that I could possibly drop. I don't think it enables me to go further beyond. But that is a good thought. Alright. We got a Commissant Tiara here. 72 max CS is good. Let's try to fracture it. We fractured cold res, which isn't the end of the world. But I don't want to keep crafting on it, so fuck that.
What is it? I serve. So it is.
Yeah, it would not outweigh the flat damage, I don't believe. And also, I need the leech and rarity.
Nap.
Yeah, even with max damage test, but like getting another ideal Hula Max would be pretty difficult. I need some of the flat damage from the ring for sure, because the flat damage is a lot more than we think it is. Like if I'll show you here in just a second.
Good.
And it's primarily because we run so much damage as extra anyway. Like, damage as extra can only go so far. You need a good baseline before you're just doing damage as extra. It's why my staff that had the triple physical and the third modifier was the extra physical was like a lot less tooltip than my current staff. Because it just didn't have the flat damage. And I'll show you exactly why. Like, yeah, and I don't have the flat damage on gloves and stuff like that. Because I'm running Sanguis for defenses. Which is another thing I'm giving up. To be able to have good defense, I'm
Nap.
running Sanguis. I spent 400 divine on Hulamak rings, divining them to be perfect. Each one I bought was only like 8 div for the ideal stats, but then in order for it to be as good as Ming's, because my Ming's had a damage corrupt, I needed to find one that I corrupted with damage and has 40% crit and the extra cold. So if I didn't have that, then it wasn't going to be better than Ming's. So I spent 400 divine on making an ideal Coolmax,
Map.
basically. It's not good. Tempest Spell is not good, James. For Flicker. Because it takes... Flicker does a lot more damage per hit than Tempest Spell possibly could. And, it's just not good. Because Flicker is a 1,000 attack damage ability. Bell is like 250. And you have to build combo, and it's clunky, and it's just not good. But I'll go run some Arbiters before I go to bed.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
So you guys can see where we're at with the old Arbiter.
What do you need? Collect more.
Can I help?
Really. That's annoying.
Your order is registered.
And then it's available. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree, David. Yeah, I hate when that happens, Blank. Seeing elemental damage to attacks is sad for us. Maybe it'll reward me with a prism. So I'll attack him before his damage reduction aura falls off, so you guys can see how much damage we're doing through 80% damage reduction. Cold. You want T1 cold. Trust. It's better. It's not better tooltip, but it is better because it's a tighter range. So it's 20 million through damage reduction. I forgot to put whatever it's called in. The armor break one. Hey! It was worth it. I did, and Flicker bugged when I did it, so it didn't do any damage. Alright. How much are they selling for now? 33. Hmm. 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 I got an Exalt. Okay, one div. Alright, cool.
I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
I can stop whenever I want.
Hail.
I forgot to put Lunatolls in Purge Staff. So we're gonna do that. I think I can actually put it into Flicker, and it would be stronger than Close Combat. So we're just gonna put it into Flicker, because it's easier anyway. And then do we have enough Chaos? We don't have enough Chaos for another attempt. So we will buy some more Chaos. And 230 should do it.
Your order is registered. Hail.
I didn't understand your question, James. I didn't mean to ignore you a second ago. The bell, it's meta for non-Flicker Strike builds. But that's just because they scale attack speed for like Ice Strike and stuff like that. And it's good for that. Because Ice Strike also doesn't have like a high damage multi. Like if you look at my Flicker Strike, it's doing 1075 attack damage, whereas Bell does like 300 attack damage or something like that. I think even less on the shockwaves. What's not really cocaine? I know, but sorry. There's somebody in YouTube chat asking about Tempest Spell, so I was just giving, like, a frame of reference for him. There you go. I believe so, yes. Blank. We go 2 for 2?
Good.
No. I agree, James. And that's why I'm playing the build that I'm playing. I don't think Against the Darkness can have crit bonus in it. Yes, that would be a very good link. Or, instead of dropping it, do, just go get another gem socket. What are the gem sockets that you're running? Blank. And you generally don't want elemental damage to attacks in your quarter stuff, David. It's not ideal. If you're playing Acolyte, I should say.
What's new? Yes?
Alright, hopefully I wake up tomorrow and this is sold to some invoker who wants it. The screaming deal. Ugh. I think the next... Hold on. Let's actually look.
An order?
I don't even think there is one with crit bonus on. So let's just say like 800 elemental damage to attacks. Yeah, only mine is up right now. Let's just take that off and then... Okay. So even still, that's the only one that's up. Maybe if we do like 120 or something. Let's take elemental damage to attacks off. This guy's got his up for 820 or 500, but he's got accuracy rating and attack speed. There's no reason that should be 500 div. Oh, I have it set as corrupted. That's why. Durr. That guy's got his up for 160. I'm gonna guess his has attack speed. It does. With 2 tier 2 items. Let's do that. Search. 23. But yeah, this just doesn't really exist. Say like 16.25 or something. Yeah, this guy's got his up for 1500 is the closest comparison. And his is an attack speed staff. There you go. Yeah, that makes sense, Blink. Yeah, David, I would recommend doing what do you mean if it only attack speed cocaine? Crit bonus is better than attack speed. Even at like 70% crit. I can almost guarantee that your tooltip would be better. In most cases. And if not your tooltip, POP would be. Yeah, for mapping. You're not wrong. Then that's why you run one of these. Yeah, the Warbringer has sick tooltip. I do reckon a new staff, David. But I don't know. Oh, that was what I was gonna do. If I take off my ring, I guess my ring's only 30k damage. So I guess I could just slap Mings in there when I'm bossing. How much would Mings be? It's probably pretty significant. Yeah, that's way better. Well, that's what I'll do. Swap Mings in when I'm bossing. Alright, I'm off to bed. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I will try to be live more often. Hopefully I don't die. I was at 3 bars at the start of stream. If I can get level 100 by the end of the year, I would be so happy. Gotta fuck around with the tree some more, see what I can do. But peace out, everybody.